20 years back, I remember in my school days, there was this email literacy that was going on, right?
Mm.
Everyone was suddenly there was email that is happening. Everyone
Yeah,
was
everything left justified.
right, and
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like everyone was actually learning how to write an email, right,
Yes.
and how to use email boxes and everything. So now, that time, or even in my during my college days, if I would have learned one skill, it would have sustained me for 5 years, 3 to 5 years, one longevity, right?
Correct.
Now it's like every 15 days it's getting changed.
Change.
And
Yes.
the learners, and whenever we come across learners, whenever we counsel them, one question remains constant is, how do I keep myself sustainable?
Mm.
In this fast pacing environment is changing every day. It's like the goalpost that they have aimed for, it's coming to them like every 15 minutes it's getting changed, right? Every 15 minutes keeps
Exactly.
coming closer. So what would be, since your journey has been completely separate from others, you have a complete different domain, you are working in a different industry altogether, that to a very scrutinized industry,
Yeah.
regulated industry, what would be your guidance to these learners who are struggling to staying relevant, irrespective whether they are from the technical background or non-technical background?
Okay, that's little hard to answer, but I'll try.
Okay.
But my suggestion always is that you know all these technologies, all these things which is happening, these are the wrapper of a toffee.
Okay.
The toffee remains the same.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back to basic and understands how a statistics model work, you know
Right.
how data is getting generated, how it is being stored. For example, RDBMS. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you understand RDBMS and big data, you understand most of the 50-60% of the life cycle of an AI,
Right.
right? And it's not very difficult to understand, and then you find 1,000 courses on YouTube to
Mm-hmm.
learn it. It's not very difficult. You do in hands-on, right? And then if I only talk about AI solution, I'm only talking about AI solution, how to stay relevant and how, not to go towards a redundancy, is
Mm-hmm.
to understand the basics of,
Mm-hmm.
this, not mathematics, but mostly statistics and RDBMS. But this is just a start. And then if I talk about the people who are not from technical background, there's one thing which I saw as a game changer is uh, how good you are as a logical thinker.
Right.
Can you think of a solution outside the box?
Problem solver, basically.
Problem solver, yes, but in an innovative way. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
can solve a problem. Uh, I want you to tell me the best way to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you hone that skill, uh, you
Mm-hmm.
know, when I take interviews, I ask lots of logical questions to the people. I ask lots of questions on their hobbies. Right. So
Right.
if somebody says that my hobby is to cycle, I ask them that why there are gears in the cycle, why do we need them?
Mm-hmm.
What makes it different? So people who observe, people who develop those kind of skills where they are moving towards logical thinking and problem solving skills, it helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point of time, Pinjala, the AI solutions, the pace with which it is being developed at one point of time, it is right now, it's a black box.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk about complex CNN solutions or a deep neural network solution, it is a black box. Nobody can rip it apart and tells you what exactly happening inside.
Right.
So the coming word is not about understanding how it is working, but to understand the behavior of the system and how to leverage it best. And then this happens with the basic. If you go to the basic at the left hand side, which is technical, is understanding the data which is being generated, which is being processed, how it is categorized, aggregated, and then the right hand side where you ask the right question, you have a knack of solving a problem,
Correct.
and you have a great strong logical thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
So it brings down, I mean, my observation after working in this industry is it brings down to your foundation,
Yes.
irrespective of emerging technologies, or even if someone wants to become a vibe coder or a prompt engineer for that case, at least that person needs to write a logical prompt for the tool to deliver that product for them, right? So that is
Exactly.
what my observation was as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
pretty. Hmm.
one example I remember now. There's one person from my team who is trying to solve a problem using a GenAI solution, and in the prompt, this person wrote that give me a solution like my life depends on it. No,
Okay.
he added that as a prompt, and
Hmm.
I didn't believe it. The output was completely changed.
Hmm.
Right? It is more sophisticated, more empathetic from my point of view, but it's
Hmm.
more accurate because now the Gen AI solution, it understands the urgency and the seriousness of the problem which is given to it. It's it's just one line,
Hmm.
but this, because this person think like, "Oh, let me put some seriousness into the problem by writing
Right.
this." Right? This is a problem. What I was mentioning, that you should not be problem solver. You should be a problem solver who can bring the most out of these solutions,
Right.
best
Right.
out of these solutions.